student. I am Leo, and I am a Politics and International Relations student here in the University of Sheffield. And here I am, running to be your education officer. By far, I have served the student voice as an academic rep and a faculty rep for the past 2 years. What have I been doing? I have been listening. You're a student, I'm a student. You struggle, I struggle. I know you, and I'm here to learn more about you. And the key to all of these discussions is, I believe that no one should be left behind. Every single voice must be heard. And that's why I have been a Student Inclusions Committee member for my department for the past year, and I will continue listening and speaking. And yes, I have been speaking your voice. I have been speaking yours and all of our voices.
Certainly a steep learning curve when I had to do it for the first time in first year.
I started my university education online. So September 2020, everything online since then.
Now, what I'm offering first and foremost is a connection of mutual trust. And through the trust and confidence you have in me, I will make sure to hear your concerns, to lobby for you, or make sure you're communicating with the right person in the right time. Now, why elect the hat? As cheesy as it sounds, the hat represents you and me. The hat is something distinct, something like a signature, bringing your uniqueness on the table. I believe I am unique. I believe you're unique. I believe we have all different experiences, different cultures, different races, different environments we grew up in, different financial circumstances, different immigrational circumstances, very different life experiences and life circumstances. Whoever you are, I want this uniqueness to connect us. And I'm offering my uniqueness, hence the hat. And I want you to bring yours to the table. I want to listen to you. That is why I like the hat. I like your uniqueness. I like your unique experiences. Now, what should you expect electing me? Well, I have 3 principles: equip, engage, educate.
Sort of tedious, almost iterative process of rewriting and then kind of getting it sent back with different improvements instead of just having a resource at the beginning which could have told me how to do it from the beginning.
Did you just hop into your university life and said, okay, I will figure things out, but I don't know how. I have so many possibilities of how things could work. I don't know how things actually work. You might have even tried the 301 Academic Skills Center, but it didn't really feel that detailed. It didn't feel enough. It simply did not address your individual needs.
But now I have a better idea of, when presented with some content, how I can learn that more effectively based on just trial and error from first year. There hasn't been any sort of centralised way of gaining academic skills.
And you might be coming from so many different backgrounds. You might be coming from the classic A-level system, you might be coming from the IB system. You might be an international student with international qualifications, with a completely different voyage to your university life. You might be an undergraduate student, a postgraduate student, a mature student, or any other student who may have had a completely different voyage to university. I will lobby the university for proper academic preparation for any incoming student to the university. Now, you might have been a student in this university for a very long time. And yes, you may as well use the services that I will be lobbying for. You might be a new student to benefit from such services, but you might also just be a current student who is just feeling out of the loop of the academic life. You might as well be an international student feeling lost in this environment. And even in that case, I am here for you. I will urge the university to equip you for better preparation and guidance for your academic voyage in the rest of your university years.
Yeah, my experience so far is that the student support officers have been isolated from the student community because I would have no idea who or how to contact even if I wanted to.
Now, maybe your concern is not academic preparation. Maybe you feel prepared, but you are having other struggles. Maybe you're sympathizing with the strikers. You feel their action. You feel their struggles. Yet, you feel desperate due to the disruption. Come here, let's talk about it. Maybe the university transitioned to the in-person learning from the online learning environment of the pandemic too fast. Maybe the university is calling you back, but you're stuck at home. Maybe in your home country, maybe in your home city, maybe you're stuck in your home for different reasons, such as care. You feel desperate, out of options? Are you struggling? Come on, let's talk about it. Maybe any of this does not concern you. Maybe you're struggling with several uncontrolled, unexpected life experiences which impact your academic life. I know that feeling too. Come, let's talk about it. As an education officer, I shall not be stuck in my office, disconnected from fellow students like yourself. I should be engaging with you and listening to you. And if I am not listening to you, why am I here in the first place? I will make sure to engage with anyone who would like to talk to me. I will make sure to have at least weekly drop-in sessions, either in the SU building or online, depending on your preference, for you to talk to me about it, for you to talk to me about your concerns, whatever they are.
Once the exams take place, so there isn't enough time to work out where I went wrong and learn from it. Yes, I think it would be beneficial to have proper feedback on where marks are dropped, and potentially another opportunity if you feel like you've been hard done by a particular exam on a particular day which may have disadvantaged you.
As an education officer, your interests are my interests, and I believe it is in your interest to have an all-comprehensive educational life, including your exams and assessments. Maybe the story is familiar to you. You have spent hours, maybe days, for a specific exam or assessment. You received your marks and feedbacks, but it's lower than you expected. But you don't know what actually went wrong. Maybe it was a written assessment and you received their feedback for it. But does that feedback feel generic? Out of a template, perhaps? Maybe many other students have also received the same feedback.
I usually take time to work on them. I'm not a last minute person. So I always, ever since some first year, I always write these outlines or plans and I send them to my seminar tutor, or if I cannot send them, I at least discuss my ideas with my seminar tutor before getting into the difficult part of the writing and structuring the essay. So I always put at least 2 weeks working for each one. 2, sometimes a little bit more. 1 week for an outline plan and the other one for the essay per se. A little bit more transparency in that sense, that just stick with what the person has initially said. Because if a student is writing something, considering what was said in the first meeting that they had, and then the mark is and the feedback is in regards to something that was not said, then how do you expect our students to do what needs to be done if 2 different things, if what is initially said and at the end is different?
Or maybe you received your feedback and you're satisfied with the detail in it. However, that final grade, defined your fate. Wouldn't you want to improve upon it? Wouldn't you want to be able to say, yes, I see the mistakes now. Let me improve upon it. But are you given that opportunity? And so I'm here for you. I will lobby for the exams and assessments to be designed not to decide the fate of the students, but designed with a growth mindset, allowing students to grow from them and improve upon them. I, just like you, want my exams and assessments to educate me, not to decide the final verdict for me.
That mark still decides the fate of that module.